Live, only on DAZN. Jake Paul versus Chavez Jr. One is defending a name, the other is building one. The ring doesn't care where you come from, only if you can survive in it. Saturday, June 28th, Jake Paul versus Chavez Jr. Buy now at DAZN.com/boxing.
Saw you did an interview the other day. You said something that kind of like made me raise my eyebrow and pique my interest that I don't know if this is from the interview that we did together, but you said Canelo messaged me, didn't like some of the things I was saying about the Crawford fight. And I was thinking like, oh no, did I get Eddie in trouble when I asked him about the Crawford fight? Because you said some things that you told me that I didn't see you say anywhere else. So what's going on? Canelo's DMing you, not happy about what you're saying.
No, he texted me. No, we were talking about it, but he did mention it. And I think that I got where he was coming from. I was just being honest with what I saw that night. Like I don't think he looked overly bothered against Skull because I think he was just pissed off that this guy was like running, didn't want to engage, didn't want to fight him. And, like sooner or later, it's time. Yeah. And I think this fight against Crawford is such a great fight that it's the kind of fight that I think he needs to put the fire in his belly. Because at the moment, he's just going through the motions against those guys. Skull, Munguia, Charlo, Berlanga. He's not having to come out of first gear. Now he's going to have to come out of first gear. But, yeah. Also, I shouldn't have said that. I was being kind of honest, but I think...
you're being honest. It's your opinion. You're going to ruffle some feathers.
Maybe I said it in the wrong way. Like,
yeah,
I just felt that, on the night against Skull, it looked like a guy that was like, do I really, but I think it was more out of frustration rather than the fact that he was done,
When you saw the text, were you like, shit?
Yeah, it was like, no, first, I mean, we never fall out, but he was like, I see what he said, I was like, oh, yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, bro.
Yeah. I said to him, like, I understand, but I just feel like, that night was just one of those fights, but the proof will be on the pudding, September 13th.
But was he like receptive to know, like, hey, you know what? Yeah, like that fight wasn't a very pleasing fight to watch.
No, I think he knows. I mean, but I admire him for the fact that he's still got that desire, still training hard, and he's got everything he's always dreamed of. So it's a love for the sport, and he's an unbelievable competitor. So we'll see what happens in September.
Yeah, it's going to be on Netflix. Huge audience. That's good for the sport to have a fight of that magnitude for free worldwide. My question or my thought is, do you think, Eddie, this fight is going to garner a bigger audience than the Jake Paul, Mike Tyson fight, in your opinion? It's a tough one, huh?
Good question. Probably not. Probably not, because I think it's just a different world. Do you know what I mean? Like, that was just a sort of coming together of different audiences, different generations. Mike Tyson is probably one of the most instantly recognizable people in the world. So, yeah, I don't think so. But listen, it's going to do huge numbers. It's a great fight.
Are you still, I don't know. Are you still favoring Crawford in the fight, or has your opinion changed?
No. I've always favoured Canelo in the fight.
Well, I've heard that you want Canelo to win, but you feel...
Of course, yeah. I like Terence. But I've worked a lot with Canelo, and I think just because of what I saw in Riyadh and because of the threat, and he's getting on as well, Crawford, but it's just like the mindset of Crawford. Like, there's no doubt in Terence Crawford's mind that he wins this fight. And when you spend a bit of time with him, you kind of start buying into that. And I guess that's what happened in Riyadh, because I travelled with him to the fight, and, but it's a 50-50 fight. I think gun to head, I'm probably picking Crawford right now, but I want Canelo to win. And he can win for sure, but Terence is going to make it really tricky and awkward for him. And I don't think he's going to like that kind of fight.
When you say tricky and awkward with switching stances, like what do you mean by that?
moving, fighting off the back foot.
Yeah.
A lot of, uh, I mean, he'll engage a lot more than Skull, but he will be looking to do all the things where people have had success, which is use movement. Look at what Bivol did. Bivol had the perfect game plan. He boxed off the back foot, then he attacked, then he moved, then he, all that kind of stuff. I think Crawford will be looking to do exactly the same.
If Terrence, well, one, do you think if Canelo loses, it hurts anything to his legacy?
No, Canelo's an all-time great. He's an incredible fighter. And look, I actually think this is a bad fight for him because you're losing to a 147, obviously 154 now. But the money's the money, and he was never going to turn it down.
Yeah, and Canelo didn't even ask for the fight. Honestly, like he
didn't want the fight.
He didn't want the fight. Yeah,
it was not that he didn't want the fight because he was afraid of the fight.
Well, he felt it was a lose-lose.
Yeah, I had those conversations with him.
Yeah. Okay, then there you go. Yeah, he felt it was a lose-lose situation. That if he loses to him,
look,
he loses.
It's the same with Benavidez. Canelo's not afraid of anyone. Pay him the money, you got the fight, and that's what happened.
Dang, I wish he would have paid him the money to fight Benavidez. Honestly, the second part of that question, Eddie, is if Terrence wins, Terrence has said, hey, if I win this 3-time undisputed champion, 3 different weight classes, I'm like top 5 best fighter of all time, all of history of boxing. Do you agree?
When I was traveling to Rio, we were having this conversation. I was winding Terrence up a little bit, but it is fact. Like unfortunately for Terrence, he's never had the big fights, right? Against the greats in their prime. It's not his fault, right? And I said to him on the plane, I went, what's the best win of your career? And he went, Ricky Burns. Right? Now, Ricky's my guy. He's a 3-division world champion, and he was a great fighter. But when you're talking about a pound-for-pound generational great, where are the other great wins on your resume? And by the way, I think he would have beaten all of the great fighters of that generation if they would have fought him. But when he boxed Kell Brook, Amir Khan, Sean Porter, like Errol Spence, these were all guys that were well past their best and not the fighters that they once were. But it's not Terrence's fault. It's just how it's played out. So this is a fight that's probably quite personal to him to prove himself as a great. And there is no doubt that if he wins this fight, he's a great. I mean, he's a pound for pound tremendous fighter. But unfortunately, when you look at his resume versus, I don't know, Canelo Alvarez's resume, it's chalk and cheese. But ability-wise, Terrence is as good as anybody in this generation, But this is the fight that probably makes him step out of that mold and make him a true great.
Top 5 of all time, though?
No.
Not in your opinion.
Just because, by the way, not ability-wise, just resume. Like it's not really worked out for him in that way.